We need to talk because as of 2023, only 48% of employees trust the leadership in their company. That's a really big problem. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I understand why everybody feels the way that they do. But from what I can see with conversations online and anecdotally when I'm talking to people about this idea of trust and leadership, it comes down to things like little to no transparency, broken communication, promises not being met time and time again, and employees watching their leadership put the company or profits over the top of their people. Now, when it comes to profits of a company, we could make many arguments about why it is the responsibility of leadership to put the company first and make sure that the company stays profitable and solvent so that people have jobs. But at the end of the day, no one wants to work for a company where they feel like they don't matter. And we need to start having a real conversation about how we rebuild trust. Not every leader or every company is the same, but when I look at these trends and I think about what are the types of things that we can start doing now as leaders to slowly start rebuilding trust, and it comes down to two major ideas. First is your vision, the way you communicate it, and second is the way that you execute against that vision. Vision includes 4 key parts. And I use this equation that vision equals 4P to talk about this on a regular basis. The first most important thing for your vision as a company and how you're going to lead your team forward in trusting you is having a true purpose for everything you do. This purpose ultimately equals the why behind the decisions that you're driving as a leader, and you need to be communicating that why regularly to your team. And that why needs to be strong enough for every single member of your team to attach to and remold into their own what's in it for me statement. Up next is the process of how you're going to get there as a team, outlining the types of changes that you need to make, the types of decisions that are going to be coming forward as a part of this vision, and really helping people understand how you're going to deliver on what you are making the promise of. The next and the third P is people, which in this scenario of rebuilding trust is one of the most important components. We need to be making sure that everybody that's on our team feels like they understand our vision and their role in the vision. That's really going back to this idea of purpose and making sure that people understand the why behind a change and how it's going to impact them and what their role is in making that purpose a reality. We want to know the work that we're doing has meaning. And we want to recognize how the work that we're doing is bubbling up to this larger purpose. And the fourth P is participation. And this is the part of your vision statement where you make it abundantly clear what your role as a leader is and how you're going to help your entire team see your vision come to reality. But a vision is strictly just an idea unless you execute on it. So this idea of this participation piece of your vision has to be really strong and really clear, and then you have to deliver on everything that you're putting out there or communicate on why you're unable to deliver. Because people feel like their leaders are absent, and they feel or perceive that their leaders aren't necessarily working as hard to make a vision a reality as they are in their job day to day. And that perception becomes reality for them when it comes to how much they trust you. So you need to outline exactly what your participation is going to be and then execute against that plan. And that execution bubbles down to everything. So if you're saying that you care about your people, you better figure out how to make sure that they feel that you are following through on that vision and what you care about. If you're going to say that your company is dedicated towards helping accomplish some big lofty goal tied to the environment, your actions better show that. Because when we take a look at these things like quiet quitting or lack of loyalty of younger generations, it all comes back to this idea of trust in your company and your leadership. And if we don't do something to change that percentage of people that trust, we're going to continue to see the same types of problems or new and different ways that employees are no longer engaged.